There we go. Look at that. Welcome to the channel. My name's Tom. I travel the US digging up artifacts. Today I'll be working in the small town of Air, North Dakota, behind where the Hotel McKay once stood. It was a pioneer era business that was built in the early 1900s and stayed in operation until the early 1930s. The place had a pool hall and restaurant run in connection with it and was located just across the street from the local train station. This place saw all kinds of traffic. I've got a good feeling about this. Here's the lot the hotel is said to have stood where that house is now, and we were told that's actually the old section house for the railroad. It was moved in. There's all kinds of low spots back here. There's not a lot covered over though, so if there's something back here to find, we should find it. Just off the edge of this 1920s or 30s shed, I noticed a sunken area. I pushed some probe rods through the ground. I felt a loss of compaction, what I believe is some ashes and some glass. That's a good indicator of an early site. We'll get this thing opened up. I can barely get my trowel through the ground. There's so much stuff here. Looks like we might have a soda bottle. Okay, we've got a prescription drugstore bottle. Would have had a paper label on the front. Could have been from a local establishment. Another soda bottle. And an old-timey light bulb. You know, I don't see any markings on this, but that's cool to see the hotel had power. Look at that. So they were serving drinks here. What do we have? Shakopee, Minnesota. Okay, I've dug these before. Jacob Rees Bottling Works. Yeah, you'll see right there on the shoulder, Jacob Rees, and then Shakopee, Minnesota. I've dug these actually in a couple different sizes. This is the smaller one, probably a 6 ounce. The stuff's just stacked in here. American Bottling Company, Grand Forks, North Dakota. I've dug a lot of these over the years. I live near Grand Forks. This one dates back to about 1915. It's got a beautiful mug base on the bottom. That's a early style they'd put on these. Resembles a mug, a drinking glass of some sort. Might have a beer bottle, so that indicates pre-prohibition. Oh yeah, it's a machine made export style. I'd put this at 1910 to 1920. Here we go. Okay, it's an extract bottle, but it's got a tooled top, so that's a better age. I'd say circa 1910. Look at this. I think there's some more sodas in here. Might be a couple. This is wild. Another one. What do we have here? Fargo Bottling Company, Fargo, North Dakota. Look at that. Look at that nice embossing on that thing. Kind of in an oval pattern. That's beautiful, nice crown top. Okay, and we've got a beer. Looks like yeah, pre-prohibition. I'd put this thing at 1910 to 1920. And another. Got a 6 on bottom. It's got some really nice color to it. It's like a, I don't know, kind of a green aqua. Okay, it might be a beer, yep. So we got another machine-made beer bottle, 1910 to 1920. More stuff down there. We're not even through a cap layer yet. Another ketchup bottle. They definitely had a restaurant going here. And another ketchup. This one's I put this thing at about 1920. And another ketchup bottle. This one's got the metal cap on it still. Looks like another ketchup bottle. Yeah, another machine-made piece, circa 1920. You see all this rust. These are probably cans based on all the ketchup bottles. These are probably food cans, some kind of preserved goods. Another circa 1920 ketchup bottle. Yeah, this thing here, it's like a, I wonder. There's a little tooled top piece. So the age here isn't bad. I think this is a perfume bottle, dates back to about 1905. Now this thing, okay, it's an old coffee pot. It's a granite ware, I believe. Had this coating over the metal. It never ceases to amaze me how well the stuff stays preserved in the ground. Looks like we got another soda. What is going on here? American Bottling Company, Grand Forks, North Dakota. That's a beauty. I love these mug-based pieces. Got some nice embossing. And we might have another one. Whoa! What is going on with this? Container made in USA. I'm not sure if that's post-World War I, but look at that. It's got a beautiful design on it. That's a early machine-made piece. Might have another soda. Look at this. Okay, Fargo Bottling, Fargo, North Dakota. The top's knocked off. Must have been why they discarded this one. This is wild. Fargo Bottling Works, Fargo, North Dakota. Early machine-made piece. Another food bottle, horseradish, made by the Illinois Glass Company. Oh, there's a full-on restaurant being run out of this place. Another ketchup bottle. And another. wow. SRAM. Automatic sealer. That's a canning jar. Must date back to the World War I era, 1910s. Look at all this stuff, and we're just a foot down below the surface. So this could be maybe a vinegar bottle, some kind of condiment. Part of a plate is broken, but this is ironstone china. This is significant because we're on a hotel lot. They ordered stuff like this because it was utilitarian, could take a beating. It's thicker, kind of solid. And another machine-made beer, 1910 to 1920. I think we've got another soda bottle. I don't know the last time I pulled up this many. Got a broken one. I just threw a case of these things down here or something. American Bottling Company, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Look at that. And another ketchup bottle. I think we have another soda. Maybe a beer. Yeah, machine-made beer, pre-prohibition, 1910 to 1920. I've dug these before. Those initials, DDD. I forgot exactly what it was. It's made by the Illinois Glass Company. It was some kind of medicine, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what kind. Yeah, this might be some kind of trash pit for the hotel. There we go. Chesbro and Company Vaseline, circa 1915. I think we have some more sodas here. Another American Bottling Company, Grand Forks, North Dakota. This is definitely a record for these. I think we pulled 7 sodas out of here now. Listerine, Lambert and Company. It's one of the first Listerine bottles. It's full of groundwater. This might be a beer. Yeah, export style. Pre-prohibition, 1910 to 1920. Oh, here we go. Watkins, classic. They had patent medicines and extracts, all kinds of stuff. They had this trial mark on here. You could drink it down to that level, and if you weren't happy with it, you could return it, get a refund. prescription bottle, tooled top, no embossing. Sometimes local pharmacies would put their name in the glass on the front there. I'd put this one at 1908 to 1916. Some more hotel wear. I'm finding a bunch of that. And another ketchup bottle. Yeah, this is definitely more restaurant related than saloon. I think I've only found one broken liquor flask in here so far. Oh, here we go. This contains Mrs. Stewart's Bluing. You can see right on the shoulder there. So this is I don't know, circa 1915, like the rest of the pieces. Would have had the paper label across the front. Oh, that's an oldie. That's almost like an Edison style bulb. I wonder if we have any markings on this thing. Nothing, but I'm amazed to see that they had electricity that early here. I mean, this is gotta be 1915 era. Huh. Little chemical bottle. Pharmaceutical of some sort. Made in USA. Huh. Again, I think that was right around the World War I era, shortly after they put Made in USA on these things. And another ketchup bottle. World War I era. And another. Looks like a couple more ketchup bottles and maybe another soda. Going towards a record number of those things. So this one's got a little different style, has some kind of paneling on it there. Little cold cream container. These are usually marked on the bottom. Mentholatum. All right, yeah, it was like a menthol cooling cream for the skin. It's good for like burns and itches. Another little light bulb. Yeah, nearly like an Edison style, early one. There we go. Look at that. It is so cool looking. Pry off cap, crown top soda. Food bottle. No embossing, circa 1915. It's like a canning jar. Maybe another cold cream container. Oh yeah. No embossing on this one. It's Got a threaded top. Nice. It's a ball double loop. Perfect Mason. Now, sometimes these will have numbers on the bottom. Okay, this is a 3. There's a ongoing story about number 13 being rare because the moonshiners smashed them because they were unlucky. I'm not sure about the credibility of that. I'm sure it happened at some point. This is a big trash layer, that's for sure. We have our first intact dish. Let's see. There we go. Oh yeah, the Durwood, W.S. George. He made a lot of hotel china back in the day. He was one of the largest producers of china, actually. So we'd have some paper down on the bottom. Got a beer bottle. Pre-prohibition. No embossing, a crown top. And another ketchup bottle. And another pre-prohibition beer. I was guessing this would happen. So you'll see that conduit coming down from the power pole. And over here, you'll see the conduit going into the house. Well, we're digging right between those. And sure enough, right down here, you'll see we've got a power line. That is high voltage, so it's always good to call in locates and always assume that there's a power line or some kind of utility line wherever you're digging. In the corner of the pit here, another ketchup bottle. And it looks like baking extract. I haven't found a lot of these. Maybe they weren't doing as much baking. And our first liquor flask. Yeah, that's interesting. There's not many of these in here. First whole one has some groundwater in it. Looks like a prescription bottle, broken. Some kind of an extract, I suppose, flavoring extract of some sort. Oh, okay. Oh wow, it's an old Lysol bottle. Lysol bleach, the same company that's in business today. Never ceases to amaze me, these unbreakable combs. How the style hasn't changed one bit over the years. Must be some kind of vulcanized rubber. And I've got some embossing. Okay, Burnett's standard flavoring extracts. These guys were in business a long time. I've found these on like frontier military forts, an older style, of course. no idea what this thing is. If anyone knows, drop a comment. Alright, Fargo Bottling Works, Fargo, North Dakota. Circa 1915 soda bottle. Looks like there's some more back here. Broken American Bottling Company, Grand Forks, North Dakota. A little cold cream container, kind of a squatty type screw top. There we go, another American Bottling Company soda bottle. A couple pieces here. Full half-pint liquor flask. The third one I think we've pulled up here. And a prescription bottle, no embossing. Incremented sides, circa 1915. Another soda, Fargo Bottling Works, Fargo, North Dakota. This might be a new record for sodas. I've got another food jar. This one's broken. You can imagine a lot of stuff broke when they threw it in these pits. They were just throwing out garbage, basically. And another ketchup bottle, circa 1920. Oh wow, I see a blue color. Cobalt blue, this could be interesting. Gotta be careful not to break anything here. That's strange. Never seen one of these before. Look at that pattern on that. Could have been some kind of milk of magnesia, or maybe a toiletry of some sort. That's unusual. I don't know what this is. Some angle iron, maybe a bed frame of some sort. There we go, silverware. Can't have a restaurant without silverware. This was likely silver plated. Silver plated brass, possibly. Looks like another piece of dinnerware from the restaurant. That's an oldie. Another piece that was probably silver plated brass. And another horseradish bottle filled with groundwater. Another ketchup bottle, circa 1915. And another old light bulb. Too bad there's no maker's marks on these things. They're so cool. This is a big trash pit. Broken ketchup. Got a flavoring extract, threaded top. Huh. A little cologne or perfume, machine made, no embossing. And another ketchup bottle, still some residue in it. That's a big prescription bottle. No embossing, it's a 16-ounce size. You can see the Roman numerals, XVI. Some kind of ornate. What do we have here? Melba Manufacturing Company, Chicago. Looks like some kind of a relish or condiment. Could have been a mustard container of some sort. It's like a little chemical bottle. Could have held hydrogen peroxide. It's made by the Illinois Glass Company of Alton, Illinois. Has the diamond on bottom. A little pill vial, homeopathic vial, I believe they called it in the glass catalogs. These were machine made. And a half-pint liquor flask. Again, not many of these things here. This pit's done. Here's the haul. Everything dated back to about 1915. I confirmed it was a trash pit used by the hotel. Got an amazing variety of pieces here. Got that graniteware coffee pot, some canning jars, food bottles, a Mrs. Stewart's bluing, a malt extract, a Watkins, all these beer bottles, cold cream container, drugstore bottles, liquor flasks, toiletries, chemical bottles, bunch of ironstone china, extracts, light bulbs, all these ketchup bottles, some horseradish bottles, silverware, and all those sodas. Didn't quite break my record on number of soda bottles in one pit, but this was something. There you have it. We'll get this thing filled back in. This spot cleaned up great. I was gridding out the area to the east, over there by the old lilac bush, toward the back by the alley. I noticed a sunken area, hit some objects, compaction differences, a bunch of glass, it felt like. It's a good indicator. We'll get that one opened up next. Down only a foot, and we're hitting all kinds of stuff. Some bottles and some ashes. You'll see that discoloration that's likely from a stove heating heating the place. Let's see. A sanitary style drugstore bottle. You know, I've never seen one of these before. That's a 16-ounce tooled top. I'd put this thing at 1908 to 1916. It's over 100 years old. And see all this ash here. It's, huh. Look at that. Some kind of a toiletry bottle. Had the panel on the front, likely for a label. Could have been a face cream of some sort. I can hardly get the trowel through the ground, there's so much stuff. Alright, I've got a ketchup bottle. That's a early machine made piece, a twist top. Huh. A tin plate. You know, I think this is granite ware. Looks like yeah, granite ware plate. That's old style there. And you know what? That's wild. This thing's green. Fargo Bottling Works, Fargo, North Dakota. That's an old soda. I've never seen one in that color. It's almost like a Coca-Cola green. Look at all this stuff. Ketchup bottle. So there was a hotel here, likely a restaurant. It was common back in the day for restaurants to be run out of the downstairs of the establishment. And another paneled type piece. Look at all this. So this is hotel china. See, it's a lot thicker. It's like an ironstone. This was more durable than the other stuff during the times. Durwood, W.S. George. That was a popular brand back in the day. He made hotel china, actually. It was a dinner plate there. And another ketchup bottle. Look at all these. Yeah, another ketchup. A lot of this was probably Heinz. Heinz brand was popular back in the day. I think there was also Hunt's ketchup. Sometimes these have marks on the bottom, but nothing here would have had a paper label on front. They're just stacked in here, and a food bottle. So definitely indicating a restaurant was being run out of the hotel. These things were just thrown in, stacked. Another ketchup. Alright, we have a tooled top piece. You know, it could have been a pharmaceutical of some sort, or toiletry. That's good age, probably from about 1910. And another ketchup bottle. Paneled piece. And another. Now look at that. That's an Edison style bulb. You can see it has the teardrop coming down on it here. No markings on this. Sometimes it'll say like National Mazda, Edison Mazda. I'm surprised to see the place had power that early. This is probably from 1910, 1915. The bottles are just flying out. It's a little tooled top piece. Had some kind of oil in it. This could have been actually an opiate of some sort. It's hard to say though without a label. And another tooled top. We're in good age. Palmer's. Okay, they were a very popular toiletry company back in the day. I find these bottles all over the place. Some of them were in different colors, sometimes like an emerald green. Over here, looks like got a couple more pieces. Thinking this is either a soda, soda bottle or a ketchup bottle. Alright, yeah, twist top ketchup. No embossing. Early machine made. Looks like some more ketchup bottles. I hear bottles even grinding down there. Another paneled ketchup. All these date to about 1915, I'd say. I think some of these were the first machine-made bottles. These, beers, maybe sodas. I went through a lot of ketchup. And another. Digging through these ashes, you might find one with a label and figure out what brands these were. And it looks like some kind of a pharmaceutical bottle, maybe from a local drugstore. That's a machine-made piece, circa 1915. Looks like a pickle bottle, preserved goods. Could have had olives, capers, something like that. Oh wow. Okay, a tool top, New York drug from Concern, New York. I've only dug a few of these over the years. A couple of them in Trail County on old farmsteads. That's a really good looking bottle. And another ketchup bottle. Huh. Some kind of a medicine, I believe. Some kind of paneled patent medicine, likely. No embossing on the sides either. And another ketchup, machine made. And another. Huh, maybe we'll get a record number of ketchup bottles out of this thing. Another early style light bulb. There we go. National Mazda. I found a lot of these over the years. Kind of cool, filled with groundwater. So this started out as Edison Mazda, Thomas Edison. And another ketchup from the McKay Hotel's restaurant. And another ketchup bottle. Still has some residue inside. another one. So this one's covered in rust. Looks like rust and ashes. Looks like some more light bulbs. Yeah, another National Mazda. Look at how well the filament is intact inside that glass. Looks new. And another National Mazda. Yeah, these are circa 1915. That looks like a ketchup bottle up here. Oh yeah, filled with groundwater. It's got a machine-made ketchup. Huh. Machine-made. Looks like it was made by the Illinois Glass Company, possibly. See, it's a ball neck panel style. Very early machine-made. Have a liquor bottle. That's one thing noted. There aren't many liquor bottles in this pit. Oh yeah, Hainer Whiskey Distillery, Troy, Ohio. It's a early machine-made one. I'd put this at 1910 to 1920. I found these Hainers all over the Midwest. And another ketchup bottle covered in rust. My way across bottom here, might have a jar. There's also this kind of oily substance we've been digging through. You can see it's definitely some kind of oil or tar of some sort, but there's a jar stuck in it. Okay, it's a SRAM canning jar. It's got some rust in it. I can smell that oil. It's maybe grease of some sort. That's a really cool bulb. You know, I think I've only dug one other example like this, that white color to it. That's something. And a machine-made beer. Anything on it? Nothing. This dates from 1910 to 1920. And we've got another ketchup bottle. This one's filled with groundwater, circa 1915. And there we go, Lambert and Company, Listerine, same brand, still sold today. I think that's bottom right there. You can see the clay. This is likely some kind of trash dump for the hotel. Another ketchup bottle. And another bulb. It's got the early style filament. What do we have on here? Another National Mazda. It never ceases to amaze me how well the insides of these are preserved. And another ketchup bottle, machine made. Wow, that's an oldie. Look at that. I don't know if I've ever dug one of these. National Mazda. It's got the frosted bottom. It's kind of a bulb-shaped bulb. And that's an earlier style. I put this thing at like 1915. And another ketchup bottle. May get a record number of these things out of here yet. And a paneled style ketchup. Yeah, this one, oh, that one's machine made. Now some kind of paneled bottle over here. Huh. All this stuff's kind of packed in. Ash layer. Alright, tool top. BPW company. Not sure I've dug one of these before. It's got a panel in the front. I would have had a paper label. And another bulb. National Mazda. I think the earlier ones are Edison Mazda. These probably came around 1915. Working on the south side wall. And another ketchup bottle. I wish these had some stamping showing which company made them. And we've got another bulb. Looks like another National Mazda. Still has the filament. And another ketchup. And another. It's like some kind of machine-made cold cream container. No name embossed on it. It's a paper label type piece. And another ketchup bottle. I'll have to tally these up at the end. And another ketchup bottle. We're in the final corner of the pit here. It's like a liquor bottle. Early machine-made piece. Huh. Yeah, no embossing, quart size. That is early machine-made though. Put this thing at 1910 to 1920. Another ketchup bottle. And another. I've only seen this a couple other times. I was digging at a restaurant lot in Page City, Kansas. It was packed full of ketchup bottles like this. And another National Mazda bulb. Oh, that's a salt glazed crock piece. This has some really good age, pre-1900 likely. Another ketchup bottle. And I heard some bottles back there, probably more ketchups. A machine-made quart liquor bottle. And some kind of pickled goods container. Could have been olives, relish. And another liquor bottle. I guess they were serving drinks here at the restaurant. And an ink. No embossing, but these are usually from the Carter's or Sanford's ink company. And another kind of preserve jar. Looks like the machine-made type, no ground lip on it, so that was part of the original cap. And another pickle bottle, machine-made. Here's the haul. I concluded it was a trash dump used by the hotel circa 1915. There's 42 ketchup bottles. I've concluded there was no doubt a restaurant being run out of the place. Otherwise, we got some liquor bottles, light bulbs. There's the 3 rows of ketchup bottles, and ink, cold cream, some medicines, that Listerine, canning jars, preserve bottles, prescription. Well, there you have it. We'll get this thing filled back in.